we're on.
Stand in your place, Eleanor. We'll finish this discussion later. Welcome. I'm your host, Ezzera Eve, and this is the 4 a.m. Film Fright Fest. Horror movies are full of monsters of all kinds, but tonight's film delivers you a new one. Future classic or a misfire dud? Decide for yourself after watching The Getch.
So The Getch, people kind of joke that it came out of nowhere. This was pretty soon before we shot Grotesque. And we were using James Hastings as our director of photography, and I'd never worked with him before. And, as a director, working with a director of photography, it's always, you have to really get along with the person because you're working together a lot. So I hate to jump into a feature-length movie without ever having worked with them. So I wanted to do a short film just to kind of see how well we work together. And we didn't have a lot of time, so I had to whip something up really quickly. And this is what I came up with. So this all came about very quickly from the time of, concept to actually shooting it. It was pretty quick. That's Eunice Gautama, is the main character here. That's the White Mud in Edmonton. And that's Elizabeth Chamberlain playing the Getch. And this was shot during COVID. I think it was maybe after the first time where things reopened after the first lockdowns.
Hey!
Yeah, in this part here, it was really frustrating to shoot because there was a lot of people out on those trails. I didn't think there'd be a lot of people out there on a weekday during business hours, but apparently there was, and there was just a constant stream of people. And so we'd have to kind of wait until there was a little 30-second break in between people to shoot little parts of it. And of course, some people would see what we're doing and they want to stop and chat and ask what we're doing, which slowed us down even more.
I won't hurt you. What are you?
One of the curses of being a indie low-budget film production.
Are you alone? Do you live around here? You understand what I'm saying? I think you should come with me.
And here we are back at
this is where
my apartment.
I live. You'll be safe here until I figure out what to do with you.
And I remember we originally had plans. James and Laura were our art department. They were supposed to do a lot of set deck here, and we had plans to, for stuff on the walls and to decorate. But at the last minute, right before we showed, there was some sort of medical issue or some reason they couldn't come. So we ended up with absolutely no set deck. So that's why it looks just like my bare apartment.
There's nobody else here. I mean, I used to have a roommate, and then she moved out all of a sudden, screwing me out of 2 months' rent, and she stole my boyfriend on top of it. But you're probably not interested in any of that. I'm sending your picture to a friend to see if they know what you are. What am I supposed to do with you? Hey. Yeah, I know. I was out for a run and I found it.
Once again, you can see that yellow thing that we have taped to the wall to cover the
I don't know if
vent.
it's a deformed human or an alien or what. I don't know if it has a family. It won't talk. I just want to help it, but I can't keep it here forever. don't know. It looks harmless. I think it's hungry. I gotta go feed it. And don't tell anyone else about this, okay? So, are you an alien? Are you human? Are you like some kind of demon? So what are you? There has to be a way for you to communicate. This is a joke. Okay. This is freaking me out. You should leave. Now, get out of my house. Get out or I'll call the cops. Okay. I'll do it. I just need to name someone to kill. Okay. Vladimir Putin. The president of Russia.
So this was obviously made before the war in Ukraine, so the bit has a different meaning.
What? Why? Okay. Tara's sweet. She's my friend. Who screwed me over. She doesn't deserve to die, but I can't think of anyone else.
So the Gitch vanishes to go and kill her friend. There's Courtney Villanov. She has been in a bunch of my stuff, and she does the voice over the Higher Universe logo that's at the beginning of all my movies. Originally, it was Afton Rentz is the one who did the voice, the Higher Universe Pictures voice that's over top of my logo. Afton, who you've seen in a bunch of these films, originally did that voice, and then after a while I switched it to Courtney's voice for the newer ones.
Hello?
There's Lee Lopez.
Okay, I just got the weirdest call from Nora.
She's probably just still pissed off at you. I wouldn't make anything of it.
She's never been like this before. I could tell by the way that she was talking that she was actually scared. Maybe we should call the police.
And tell them what? An evil monster's coming to kill us?
Not us, Colin. Me.
You don't actually believe it, do you?
No, it's got me freaked out.
You'll be fine. I'll stay over. Nothing's gonna happen, okay?
Okay.
This house, this is Elizabeth, who plays the Getch. This was the house that she was living in at the time. While we were shooting this scene, one of the lights we had, it was too close to the wall, and I think we were like bouncing it off the wall or something, and ended up burning this like big black spot on the wall that we had to pay to have fixed.
What are you?
So Colin there bounces the Getch back to our heroine here. And I guess the heroine was smart enough to know what was likely to happen, so she was prepared.
I've been waiting for you, mother.
And that's weird. I don't know why that swear is censored. I don't remember doing it myself, and I don't think our sound mixer would have done it. It's just somehow magically the F word got cut out of that that part there, which is, it's very strange.
I guess it's the last I'll be seeing of you.
Now, I can see why people think this, but this is actually a different Getch. That's actually Laura Steele, our set deck person, in a purple mask instead of a red one. But their hair looks a similar color in the dark, and it's hard to tell, especially in such a brief shot, that it's a different colored mask. So a lot of people think that this is the same Getch, but she actually kills one Getch and then turns around to find out that there's another.
I like the Getches. Misunderstood creatures. Perhaps we'll see more of them in the future. Eleanor, kneel at my feet so we can finish our discussion. Throttling Eleanor feels heavenly.
And so here we cut from kind of TV world to real life world. Or modern day world.
And we're cut.
And it's funny, that's
Throttling Eleanor feels heavenly.
that's Amanda Nathando is the director here. And it's funny because she used to live in Edmonton, and she has like a kind of like an online TV show. It's like an arts show, and she had me on her show a couple years ago. So I cast her in this part, but I didn't realize that she had moved to Calgary. And so she drove all the way to Edmonton just to say we're cut. So I felt so bad. Because I was like, I figured, she just lives nearby, but she actually drove a long way for that. So it was kind of it shows her dedication that she was willing to do that.
And we're cut.
Why did you choke me so hard?
Oh, please. I'm sure you got it harder from your satanic boyfriend.
That's none of your business.
You're in show business, sweetheart. Your private life is everyone's business.
Look,
And there's Stephanie Harp as the producer here. She has a band called the Stephanie Harp Experience that everyone should definitely check out.
she left bruises on my neck.
She really gets into character.
How can you allow this?
I like how the blood looks now that it's not in the, doesn't have that kind of old filter to make it look like an old TV show. The blood looks really cool when it's nice and bright like this.
I'll talk to her. Maybe she's jealous.
Of what?
We cut her salary when you came on board. The people wanted a co-host, but there wasn't enough money in the budget.
So because of the money, it's my fault?
Don't make it worse than it is. It's the nature of the business. You stick around long enough, maybe you could take over as host. Viewers think you're creepy, but they like you. Now, go get cleaned up.
So we filmed this at Fava, which is in the Orange Hub in Edmonton. done some other movies there too. It's a popular place to shoot. They're very accommodating, and the Fava studio, which is where the main part with all the Ezzera and Gore-Girl stuff was filmed. That was in the Fava studio, and this part here in the Orange Hub is just kind of outside the studio in the same building. And that's Matt Mihilowitz as the satanic boyfriend who's standing in the background there.
What are you thinking, babe?
Nothing. I'm gonna shower.
Why? You look hot like that.
Go away.
She's right, you know. You should be hosting this show alone. You want me to kill him?
No.
And that's Ezzera's shoes and wig and coat. She's in the shower there.
What are you doing? I said no!
But I know what you really wanted.
There's Julia Sans makeup.
It wasn't me!
That's the guy on the right there on the floor. That's James Hastings, who was the director of photography for the wraparound stories here, and also for Grotesque, and for The Getch, the short film we just watched. So yeah, you can tell this is the Fava area because they got that old gigantic camera here. And it's a really cool looking building. I don't like using it a lot because it's so kind of unique that if you use it in every film, it kind of wears out its welcome. But they're pretty accommodating, and we shot, I think, on a Sunday when there was no one there, so we kind of had our run of the place, which is why we were able to run around the halls without bothering anyone. That wasn't this exact part, but that second level you can see up there. If you remember in Grotesque, the part where Mildred drops the bowling ball onto that woman's head, that was shot here.
My show now. I am your host now. Everyone else is dead. This film is called Daddy's Coming Home. I am Eleanor.
So yeah, Natalie is full-on possessed by this TV show now.
The Gore-Girl. Don't forget me.
So yeah, Daddy's Coming Home. This is actually a fun one. This turned out very well. I think of all the films, this is the one that people most say that I should make a feature-length version of. And this house was like absolutely awesome. And funny enough, like we didn't decorate this at all. This house is like this. You'll see it a bit more later on when they go down to the kitchen. Julie Whalen as the crazy mom. It's Elizabeth Chamberlain and Braden Hameluck as the two kids. Yeah, this house, Sam Au found it for us. It was actually one of his old friends who let us shoot there, and he just loved the fact that we were filming a movie there. And since then, there's been a couple of other productions that have shot in that same house.
when do you think Miss Glenda will let us play outside?
Mommy! Call me Mommy!
Yes, Mummy.
Sorry, Mommy. Come help Mommy clean, children. Daddy's coming home.
Yeah, this house is just so well decorated. It was such a perfect set.
That?
In this shot here, I staged it like this because the roof is so cool looking. I just wanted an excuse to show the roof, so
That's it.
we did this shot like
Clean
this.
the floor. Daddy's coming home. Dust the shelves, Reverie. Daddy's coming home. Make sure the tub is clean, Dole. Daddy's coming home. Set the dinner table, children. Daddy's coming home. Children, are you almost ready?
Yes, Mummy.
Daddy's coming home.
Uh-oh. I think I hear Daddy. I'll go get him.
I like all the acting those two do without saying anything. That's Craig Hemlock there as Dead Daddy. He's actually Braden's uncle. Braden, who's playing the boy here. It's his uncle.
There we are. Aren't you going to say hello to your father, children?
Hello, Daddy.
Why, thank you, dear. That's very kind of you to say. How was work?
Reverie! Answer your father when he speaks to you!
I didn't hear what he said.
He asked you how school was today.
There was no school today, Daddy. It's Saturday.
Come on, Dole. Help me put your father back in the crawl space.
So my intention with this part was that Reverie is kind of, building up the courage to finally stand up to Mommy and do something about it. But then she kind of backs down.
I'll start on the dishes, Mama. Bye.
Yeah, so that's Daddy's Coming Home. I don't know, I don't know if it's my favorite of these, but it's one of my favorites. It turned out very well.
Bye.
And then here we see Natalie is having some kind of psychic connection between her and Eleanor over the television. Here's Mr. Wallace, who finally returns, only to come down and find Natalie staring at the TV.
Natalie.
Sam Au there, he's a main part of our crew. He's kind of our co-producer and kind of jack of all trades. He's a core member of our team now who's been helping us produce stuff ever since we kind of met him on Hotbox, and ever since then he's been an important part of the team.
Are you okay?
Oh, hi.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just the tape I found.
Did you find anything worth keeping?
Not really.
Well, it's the memories that count, right?
Right.
Ready to go home?
Yeah, sure.
And we just added a little sound effect there where you don't see it, but you can hear the tape going back into the machine. Or popping out of the machine, I mean. Here we have Eleanor walking home.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah. I'll be fine.
Okay. Pop by my office tomorrow. I need you to sign a few things.
Okay.
So this is Eleanor arriving back at home. This is my new apartment. I moved since we shot all those other shorts in that other place. And we kind of had to do some trickery here because we didn't have a lot of locations and we wanted to save time. So both Eleanor and Natalie were shooting both of their houses at my apartment. So we just kind of arranged it that you never see the same areas. So it looks like it might be a different location. There's Eleanor washing all of the blood off of her. Get so used to seeing her covered in blood, it looks weird to see her looking normal. See, this is why we had her sleeping on the couch, because we couldn't use my bedroom because we were using that for Natalie's scenes. And here's Natalie, who's sitting on her bed, which was shot in my bedroom.
Hey, it's me. I know it's late, but I can't sleep. I'm kind of freaking out. Have you ever heard of this show called 4 a.m. Film Fright Fest? Well, I was watching it tonight, and it's hard to explain. Anyway, I need to talk, so call me back. Okay?
And then Eleanor wakes up only to find she's covered in blood again. There's her satanic boyfriend, played by Matt Mihilowitz. You might recognize him. He played the environmentally friendly drug dealer from Hotbox, and he was also in Grotesque. He was the part where the rock star guy gets his balls cut off. He was the guy that was like his manager that was standing with him.
Did you do this to me? I showered last night. It was all gone.
You did it to yourself. It's in your nature. Don't fight it.
Just do it.
days
The
later.
door's open. I'm coming in, okay?
No one's heard from
I haven't
Natalie.
heard from you. I got worried. Natalie?
And I feel kind of bad because I wish we did more takes of this or something, but we had Elena there on the bed, and I asked her to get into like the weirdest, most awkward position she could comfortably do. So she was laid very, going to be quite flexible to pull that off. And it looked really good, but just the way the shot worked, you could barely even see her. I wish we had have taken the time to do it again, but it is what it is. And then there's Eleanor, who somehow tracked her down. So it's kind of, I guess it's open up to viewer interpretation of what happened here. Eleanor came back from the dead to kill Natalie or something. Yeah, and so that's it. That's my first horror anthology. It's all the films made between 2015 and 2022. So there's a lot of stuff there, and it spans a long time. I think it turned out fairly well. I would love to do another one of these. I really like Ezzera and the Gore-Girl. It's just, it is a lot of work, even just the wraparound stuff. Like it's just expensive to shoot, and it's a lot of work. And we got, other projects on the go, but I would love to do another one of these. Elizabeth and I were talking, like I said, a couple days ago about doing another horror weekend. Doesn't even have to be horror, just any sort of, shoot 5 short films over one long weekend. Because they're fun to do, and people seem to like them. It's kind of funny how many people I've worked with over the years. It's just great. Like, I've met so many awesome and talented people, and it's just kind of interesting to see them all here in a big list. I'm sure you'll see a lot of names kind of recurring. I like to work with the same people and, just kind of create a really strong team of people I like to work with and kind of bring them on every adventure that we do. Sabrina Anderson. That was the little girl that was in Ruby in the White Van. She did such a great job. A lot of movies of this. yeah, that's the end. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully you'll be around to watch whatever project we produce next.